We're from Jersey, baby. Baby, 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 baby. And you're not.
Back your hips up, down, up, down.
We're from Jersey, baby. From Jersey, baby. We're from Jersey, baby. We're from Jersey, baby. Baby, 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 and you're not.
George of the jungle, strong as he can be. Watch out for that tree. George of the jungle lives a life that's free. Watch out for that tree. When he gets in the street, he makes his escape with the help of his friend. And then away he'll schlep on his elephant ship, while Fella and Ursula stay in step. Well, George of the jungle, friend to you and me. Watch out for that tree. Watch out for that tree. George of the jungle, friend to you and me.
It's your fault, bitch. Yeah, I said it. Because it is. Stop blaming the stars, the retrograde, your childhood, your ex, your mama, your daddy, Mercury, Pluto, and the damn Wi-Fi. It's you. You fuck up then act like the universe owes you an explanation. You could crash a car into a daycare, injure 2 toddlers, and still be like, they were in the way of my healing journey. You say you're protecting your peace. No, bitch. You're protecting your delusion. You don't grow. You change wigs. You don't heal. You hide. You want a man who makes $50,000 a week, but your apartment has an echo. You sleep on a mattress that needs reinflating every 20 minutes, like it's a bouncy house. And you have asthma. You out here telling people you catch pneumonia every January because you're an empath. Do you not hear yourself, ho? You got pneumonia because your blanket is thinner than dollar store tissue paper. You're a menace with a birth chart. Stop memorizing moon phases and try memorizing the word accountability.
All right, you guys, podcast time. We got the equipment and the perfect business plan. Give our show away for free and tell no one how to find it. Ready? I'm going to start a podcast that has no focus, and it'll take up an inordinate amount of time.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to a Friday episode of the Boomer Bunker. I am your mostly sweaty and possibly demented host, John Domingo. And next to me is the Duchess of Durka, quietly sitting here. It's the Duchess.
Durka. Well, cheers. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. And lurking in the background is producer Mike.
Yes,
The next 90 minutes, I'd like to show you that all your problems can be solved by my penis.
Okay, there we go. And
90 minutes. Well,
I got a surprise, everybody. Tom, Professor Tom's here. Look at that. Hey, Tom.
Hi.
All right, well, he'll be in the background, and if I need something, I will talk to Tom and send him back. All right, bye, Tom. All right. Dean, bye. You know something? That's like Russia and Ukraine, Dean and Professor Tom. All right, so yesterday at 5:30, was it? Maybe a little after that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
A big thunderstorm went through here. They call it a gustnado. A gustnado.
Yeah.
It knocked out the power, and then I drove around and whined like a little bitch because I didn't have power. Everybody had power. Like there was like 3 houses without power, and it was me, mine, and 2 other.
I did not lose power. It was a storm coming my way, but it just skirted me. I was pretty lucky.
No, Duchess did not lose power.
Not one bit.
So then my power came on, and I had no internet. My internet router, I guess when the lightning hit, it knocked out my internet router. So I come home and now I've got to troubleshoot this, and I'm going crazy. So, of course, you've got to call, and you know how I love AI, and we'll be talking about AI later.
Oh, we will.
I don't like AI for customer service because it never works.
Is that when you say like state your thing and you say like customer service and it goes and then it's like you hear that like tinker around and then it goes, do you need customer service? And you're like, yes, motherfucker. I need customer service.
Well, this was different because it said we have a higher callback rate. And I figure, okay, everybody's power's out and shit.
Yeah.
All right. So it says, would you like a callback? And I go, yes.
Yeah.
And then it says tomorrow. And I'm like, no, today. And it goes tomorrow, or if not tomorrow, another day. And I'm like, yes, today. And they're like, tomorrow. I'm like, what was this? Who's on first?
Yeah.
So now I'm arguing with a fucking machine.
It just keeps repeating.
So I go, I want to speak to a human.
Representative.
I can help you. I can help you. No, you can't. I can help you. Tell us what the problem is. So I start to say, then it interrupts me and says, please tell me the problem. I said, I was trying to tell you. I said, put a human on there. What seems to be the problem? I'm like, you motherfucker, you're the problem. Can I speak to a real fucking person?
Please
What's
hold.
the problem? You're a problem. So now I'm furious. And I'll tell you what.
You're arguing with an AI bot.
I'm arguing with an AI. And here's the other thing.
Hey,
Now they're going to send me to a real person, and I'm hotter than a $2 pawn shop pistol. Pawn shop? No, pawn shop. Same thing.
Shop.
Pawn
That's a whole
shop
nother
pistol. That's a whole different pistol.
If it's hot, it's
Pawn shop pistol. And I got to realize this poor person. It has nothing to do with this. So I've got to breathe.
Yep.
So I get a lovely, lovely young lady. Oh, I don't know if she was young or not. I have no idea, but she was amazing.
In your fantasy, she was young and amazing.
Yeah, she was a black woman. Yeah, it was on Juneteenth.
Hey,
So,
she's working. Poor woman.
I'll tell you something else it does. When you call, they're like, all right, I want to send you a text. And then if you accept, I can use your camera on your phone and you can show me what it's doing. I go, get out of town.
It's too cool.
So she says, yeah. So I do that. And then it pops up. So I'm like, look, here, there's light coming on for the power cord, but there's nothing on the front. And she goes, oh, yeah, there's nothing. And she goes, okay. She goes, that thing's dead. She goes, that thing's dead on a doornail. I go, okay.
I like
So
you.
So I said, all right, now here's the other thing. Please don't make me pass out. I said, I work from home. I do podcasting. I need internet. She goes, I work from home too. She goes, so I know what you mean. She goes, I will overnight one and you should have it tomorrow morning whenever UPS gets there.
Said, do
I wanted
you
to
know
hug
who
her.
I am? I'm a very important podcast.
Yeah. Do you know me? I'm John Domingo, the best kept secret in podcasting.
Budbugger says she sent you a dick pic.
No.
Now she has your cell number.
She was so nice. And you know, she had a calming voice and
So nice.
and calm me right down. And I thought to myself, boy, I could never do this because I'd be like, all right, so can I send you a link so I can look with the camera? And I'd get, you ain't looking through my camera. Next thing you know, you'll be in my phone and you'll be stealing my money. I'm like, no, man, you can't say, yeah, you know what? No, never mind. I'll just do this myself. You know, and I like, hey, can I jerk off in front of you, lady?
That's what I'm going to use the camera for. I'm going
Oh,
to show
my
you
goodness.
something special.
Yeah. There you go. Do you ever see the videos? I don't know what thing it is, but it's like it's picture on top of picture, and it's girls and they talk to guys. It's almost like a chat room,
it is a chat. I've seen so many of them. They're so funny.
right?
Yeah.
So you don't know. You just
And
go in and
scrambles.
there's
They just scramble
it
people
scrambles
together.
and it's so then there's two
What's that
girls,
called? Yeah.
and all of a sudden they pop on and it's Kermit the Frog. Did you see this one?
I didn't
Have you
know.
seen?
No.
Oh my God! So it's two girls, right? And
Omegle. Yeah, it is Omegle.
is Omegle okay?
I love that. It's so funny. Yeah.
So it's two girls. It's Kermit the Frog, and they're like, "Oh my God, Kermit, I love you!" And she's like, and he says something, and I forget what he asked her. And he said, "Are you something?" And she goes, "No." And he goes, "Well, them some big old titties." And they're like, and they're laughing. And with that, a cucumber comes up, Like,
Oh.
it's a cock. And then all of a sudden, like, I don't know what they shot, like mayonnaise, and it shoots and it hits them in the face. And the girls are like, oh my God. That's hysterical.
That's gross. How did we
Yes.
go from a very nice phone lady to you talking about Kermit taking it in the face?
That's just the
You
power
just
of
drifted.
Domingo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do.
That was a bad left turn there, sir.
It's all right. But that's what happens.
So, needless to say,
I think I shot
your
my
lovely
load.
call. It's inside. It's my load. Oh my God. Stop.
Yee-hee-hee.
Oh my goodness.
So this morning, and then the other thing was the power kept going out overnight. So the air conditioner would come on, then it would come off. And, because I'm fat and I have sleep apnea, I have to wear one of those masks, looks like you're shooting down
right.
MIGs in the middle of the night, the CPAP. So then the CPAP goes off and then you wake up because you're gasping for breath.
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
Now you know how it feels. You can't breathe.
Right.
Right? Okay.
Not the way you can't breathe. for not for that reason. But anyhow, so the thing comes in here today. I set it up. It works. Set everything up. But now, because me, I'm a man of convenience. Everything I have set up with, what's her name over there? The girl on the
chick?
tube. Yes. So nothing works. Like last night when I went to go to bed, I usually tell her to turn out the light, turn on the fan, do all this stuff. And she's like, can't connect to the internet. I'm like, Jesus. Okay.
Oh, I
So
have to
now-
actually do stuff.
Yeah. I had to
Manual
go and
labor.
find, yeah, but it's not as easy as just turning on the switch on the unit. You've got to go to the outlet, which is buried under something on a strip. And then you got to grab it, turn it on. And so you could turn the other thing on. It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare all night long.
How did we survive when you actually had to turn switches on and off?
So
Back in the 1900s.
So I get the server hooked up and I'm setting things up, my monitors. I turn my monitors on with her. I turn my studio. Hold on. Alexa, turn on the studio lights.
Okay.
Alexa, turn off the studio lights.
Okay.
So I have that capability. So in the middle of I'm setting this up and I'm going through all this stuff that Jimmy calls to tell me some bullshit story. So I go, all right,
Hey,
let me
Johnny,
stop.
is your power out?
Yeah, I said, let me stop you right here because I don't have a time to go through all the trials and tribulations of the Jimmy today. I said, we lost power here last night. And I got to set everything up. So he goes, well, you know what the Jimmy would say about you with all those things. And I go, no, I don't. And you know what? I don't fucking care. I don't care what the Jimmy has to say about the things in my life. You know why? Because it doesn't matter what the Jimmy has to say about things in my life. All right. I have my life the way I want it. You don't. And that's fine. But you don't get to sit over here and pass judgment on the shit that I do. So you got anything else to say? He goes, no. Okay. So shut the fuck up and go to, I got things to do.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
Fuck you, Jimmy.
Exactly.
Love you. Right? Is that that's the relationship you have? You like concuss at each other.
Oh, yeah.
Talk
yeah.
shit to each other, and then the next
Yes.
he'll call you the next day. Like,
Yeah.
hey,
Well,
Johnny.
it's a Jersey thing. It's kind of like a Jersey thing,
It is.
but it's a family thing too.
Well, you have that
So-
vibe with them. Yeah.
So here we are. It's a Friday night. We're doing the Boomer Bunker.
And you're all with us. So thank you for spending your Friday night with us.
Yes. Sparky says, Alexa, wipe my ass. Oh, if only. If only. That would be wonderful.
It'd be awesome if she answered you right now. Because you actually just said it. she just didn't even
She's
answer.
like, did he just say what I did? I don't even know how to answer that. I don't even know what to say there.
That was great. You just read it without even thinking about
Yeah.
it.
Didn't even think about it.
Oh, here you go.
No. Yeah.
I can't get you twice.
None of that worked. So everything's set up, although I'm behind tomorrow because you're coming here tomorrow. Deuce is going to be here tomorrow.
Oh, it's going to be a good time.
I got to get things set up. I'm a little nervous because I think I have 90% of it set up. But you said you're going to leave as soon as I might put you to work tomorrow when you get
Okay.
here.
I'll do my best to get here as early as I can.
No, let's not do that. Let's not get crazy because I might still
not
be
like,
asleep with the.
no, I'm getting a pedicure. I'm not like
Right.
crack of dawn. That's no.
We talked
I
after
have
you
to
left.
get a pedicure.
After you left the weathered view this morning,
Mhm.
I said, "Oh, Duchess is going to be here tomorrow morning, and she's getting a fresh pedicure, and she'll be in sandals."
Oh,
And
God.
Bruce is like, "Pictures?" I'm like, "I'll see."
Ew, that's disgusting. No.
Put your feet up,
Bruce.
Duchess. I got to get Bruce some some
No, absolutely not.
piggy pics.
Ugh.
Piggy pics.
That's what they look like. Like just look. I hate my feet.
This little piggy pics.
Oh my god! I'm just, it's the one thing I do to like really pamper myself is a pedicure. Because I'm on my feet all the time. I walk, I run, I do races. I'm just like, I feel bad though. It's like weird.
I'm about ready to go get one myself because
it feels nice.
Yeah, there's things on your feet that they're supposed to do the bottom of your feet, and I can get mine paid for because I have the type 2 beaties.
You have the beatus, yeah. I have to pay like $40 for mine.
Yeah,
well,
I might be able to. Sorry, no, I was going to say, go ahead.
I get the I don't like getting the full pedicure because she shaves the bottom of my feet, so they get like that cheese grater.
That's what I want.
I hate that feeling. I just hate the feeling of it. So it's like, ugh. And I'm wildly ticklish. So when she starts working, I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like she sits there and I'm like, she's like, I know I'm moving fast. I'm like, I'm sorry. Grown ass.
I never thought
baby.
about being ticklish.
Oh, I can't.
Hang on a second. I got to check something out. Tom, he's picking his nose. Tom, did you ever get a pedicure?
Yes, I have gotten pedicures.
Okay. All right. Well, keep getting work on not getting that booger out before we come back one again. There you go. I didn't mean to do that. I had no idea he was picking his nose. There's a thing across his face. I didn't see it.
He's fine. No, there's a file. It's like a cheese grater. It's like a long file, and
They might get 16 minutes and 15 seconds. I think that happened.
I'm sorry, Tom. There's comments. I gotta put them up.
Tom looking for gold. There's, something. What is that song? There was a song like in the 70s. There's some sun goes down in the California town. People are do. I can't remember. Is it called whatever? I don't want to get into another thing.
Okay, but what was the point of you bringing that up?
California Gold. It was the name of the name of the song is California Gold. I think that's what it's called.
I don't know.
All right, so one of the things in my area that this area is famous for, the South Jersey, Philadelphia area, is cheesesteaks. Okay. And listen, there can be fights over cheesesteaks. I mean, do you put mayonnaise on them? American cheese, prevalent. Oh, I love a mayonnaise on cheesesteak with mayonnaise. Oh, absolutely. Or ketchup. It can be, it depends. Never mustard.
That's weird. So mustard bad, ketchup good.
Ketchup good, mustard
ketchup
bad.
Good on steak.
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise on steak.
Mayonnaise on a cheesesteak. Yes. But we're very, very picky about our cheesesteaks.
Okay.
So comedians come into Philadelphia all the time. And one guy, he's like, hey, you know something? I would like to go get a cheesesteak. Where's a good place to get a cheesesteak? But then he says something that was horrific. He goes, where can I get a good vegan cheesesteak? Vegan cheese in Philadelphia.
Did he get beat up?
He was like,
yeah, kind of.
So
yeah.
he caught so much shit. He went on stage, and then he went on stage to talk about it. Here we go.
I posted on Facebook that I was coming here, and I said, listen, where can I get a vegetarian cheesesteak? I'm a vegetarian. And he said, hold on!
The crowd immediately starts booing him.
No, he's flipping him off. He's like, fuck you.
Fuck you.
It's basically, it's peppers, onions, and cheese. That's what that is.
What's that?
Peppers, onions, and cheese is your vegan cheesesteak.
Is that what it is? Well,
he said vegetarian, so it's no meat. So cheese, onions.
Oh, you know what?
Peppers.
I don't. Do vegetarians eat cheese because cheese is? Or vegans? No, vegans don't eat cheese because cheese comes from a cow.
He said vegetarian. He said I'm a vegetarian.
Hang on, I got to back it up. I thought he said vegan. Hold on.
I posted on Facebook that I was coming here, and I said, listen, where can I get a vegetarian cheesesteak? I'm a vegetarian. And he said, hold on!
Done with him.
I don't fucking care. Oh, boo-hoo, I'm saving the environment. Okay? Yeah, I'm not eating meat, so you can eat more of it.
He said, I'm not eating meat, so you can eat more of it. Okay, good joke. That's a pretty good joke.
They can't even hear him. They're just like, fuck you.
And then just started bowing over him.
Surprised they didn't throw batteries at him or something.
And if you're listening to this as a podcast, it's a podcast,
mess.
audio podcast, he looks like a vegan. He looks like a West Coast vegan, long, stringy hair.
He looks like he needs a steak, actually.
Yeah, he
Like a
does,
good
kind of.
bloody
little on the
meal.
pale side.
Yeah.
Why is that bad? I commented, I wrote that, someone commented, someone... What are you doing?
They broke into an Eagles chant. They broke into an Eagles chant because he each wanted.
E-G-L-G-L-E-S.
Well, I think they missed it. But.
What did they say? You have any idea? Eagles? Why are you cheering for the Eagles? Well, what does that have to do with what I'm saying? I don't eat Eagles either. All I was saying was that I wrote that on the Facebook. Then someone commented and said, don't ask that, you'll get shot. And you have done nothing but confirm that. You're all crazy in here tonight. I'm here just trying to tell jokes. You're like, oh, you better fucking eat real meat.
So basically, they wrote it and said, don't ask that.
Yeah.
Or you'll
Don't
get
ask
shot.
that one.
Or you'll get shot.
Well, I don't think you'll get shot. Beat up.
Well, that was the joke, was you'll get shot. And he's like, and that answer, your reaction confirmed that. So,
yeah.
You can't go to a cheesesteak place and ask for shit like that because they're going to look at you like you're an idiot.
Could you see him going up to Pat's, or Geno's and saying, hey, can I get a vegan cheesesteak? They would throw you right out of line.
Although you're wasting their time. They had no time for that.
No.
They really don't. I mean,
well,
that's something you go to like more of like a shishi deli, like where you sit down to order your food and they bring it like off a menu. Like they might have vegan or vegetarian options. Those stands don't have that. It's meat, cheese, onions, peppers, bread, and whatever.
Well, there's a way to
with.
order when you go to Geno's and Pat's. Do you know? Have you ever been there before?
No, I don't go there.
Oh well, yeah. So when you go to Geno's, and if you don't order right, they throw you out of line.
Yeah.
Like kind of like the soup Nazi. It's like the cheesesteak Nazi. So when you go, you order. You want cheese. Well, before you can get now.
Yeah.
Before you can only get cheese whiz. So if you wanted a cheese steak with fried onions, it was a whiz with, or whiz without, or mushroom whiz with, so you could get it that. But if you didn't order it right, but then if you could really say you want inside out, double meat, whiz with, it's almost like calling a football play. It's almost called
double meat whiz.
Inside out, double meat, whiz with.
Inside out mean?
They take the inside out. They pull the bread out of the roll.
Oh, they scoop.
They scoop the bread. Yeah, so it's inside out, double meat, whiz with.
Well,
but
if you scoop it, you get a lot more. You get more room for the meat. Yeah.
Right.
No.
But yeah, and we'd go there at like 2:00 when the bars would close, whatever, 2:00, whatever. We'd pile in and go to Philly and go to Pat's or Geno's because they're open all night and get a cheesesteak and a soda and some cheese fries and eat them out. You'd sit there, it'd be running down the front of you.
Oh,
and then you would go home.
All greased up. Yeah,
right.
That's fun. So which is better?
I'll be honest with you. I'm a Geno's guy. I used to be a Pat's guy. When I first went, we always went to Pat's. Geno's is a lot cleaner. And this, to me, in my opinion, the steaks are less greasy. Now, I could say that in Philadelphia.
There's
and then
on that,
another fight would break out because some people are like, that's where the tourists go. That's not where you get. You go to D'Alestro's, and everybody's got their favorite cheesesteak place.
So it's like finding your favorite pizza joint. It's like
right.
Whatever your taste is. It's
right. There's Jim.
Right.
There's Jim's on South Street. There's a famous one. Here's the difference. So Geno's and Pat's, they take the steak and they lay it out. And they don't chop it up. It's not chopped. It's like little strips of ribeye steak.
Okay.
If you go to like Jim's and these other places, they chop it all up where it's all, kind of like almost hamburger. Budberger says, I heard Geno's and Pat's are horrible, basically tourist traps. Dude, we're drunk. It's 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, they're open.
And we want to eat, and then we don't feel like going to a diner. So we all pile in. We go to Pat's. We don't give a shit if it's a
I have
tourist
to
trap.
say, I've never had a Philadelphia cheesesteak.
What? What?
No, never had one. I mean, I've had like shitty steaks that I made, like chopsteaks and stuff like that, but I've never had like authentic cheesesteaks. Yeah. Are you speechless?
Yeah. I mean, I can't believe that you've lived in this area for over 50 years and you've never
that was mean.
had a cheesesteak.
Because you're older than dirt. Yeah. No.
No, I was just saying. It's. I mean, that is. Well, tomorrow you're going to have. You've had cheesesteaks from like a pizza place, or you haven't had a cheesesteak from a pizza.
No.
Oh, we're going to fix that
from
tomorrow.
a pizza place.
We're going to fix that tomorrow. You're going to get a piece of cheesesteak. You're going to get a good old fashioned piece of cheesesteak here tomorrow. Because Duchess is coming here tomorrow. She's coming to the podcast dungeon. We're doing Brand X tomorrow. So, I'm stunned. I don't even know what to say.
I know.
I'm
I almost didn't want to say it.
flabbergasted that you've never had a cheesesteak.
No, not like no, because you know what it is I like if I was gonna like the ones I've made at home. I mean, not like steakums, but like if I've made like with fresh steak, like thin chop, it has to be like really thin because I don't like the chewy bits. Like if it's chewy, I don't.
Stop being such a pussy.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. In a way,
like the big grizzly, like the gristly bits, like you know what I mean. Like it's a grizzly, you know what I mean, like that fatty. Ugh.
Okay.
So it's like I just don't get it.
All right, I just
look on your face.
It blows my mind. I don't even know what to say. I mean, it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. You live in this whole area, you've never had a cheesesteak. It's
all right.
Not gonna lie.
Okay, so now. I'm a typical Steelers fan, according to Luis. Tom says, I like my cheesesteaks to be big, fat, and juicy. Okay. And to wash it down with a glass
of water. Yeah.
Probably wine, like little Pinot bottles that I have.
And well, you have them here. They're still here from last time you were here.
And we are not doing video reaction of me eating cheesesteak. Absolutely not.
Oh.
No,
might
it's
have
gross.
to do that.
I don't need a video of eating. No, absolutely not.
So one of the things that I've noticed is that since Donald Trump has been elected, women and lesbians, not all lesbians, but a lot of them, they're very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? They're triggered easily. They get very upset, very emotional.
Well, old white women. Yeah.
Yeah, white women, white lesbians. So here's one. And just listen to why she's upset.
Walking down an aisle, and there were like two guys that walked up next to us. You know, Peyton like walked away. My wife walked away for just a second, and they were like snickering to to themselves or something. And like I didn't really think much of it, so I'm just looking at the candy aisle trying to decide what candy I want.
Okay.
All right, she's already crying that guys are snickering.
What do you think that the guys did to her? What do you think this was?
Did they physically assault her?
Okay,
Did
that's
they
one.
touch her?
Hang on, let me look at Tom. All right, Tom doesn't have his finger in his nose. I'm going to ask Tom. Tom, you've heard this. What do you think that she's crying about? What did these gentlemen do to her?
That they had all the Snickers and she didn't?
Okay, all right. I'm going to continue.
And he walks by and gets like inches from me and just rips one, like farts like this far from me. That's disgusting to say. I can't even believe I'm having to say this, but he did. And about that time, Peyton walked up, like didn't witness what happened, but like seconds later, and I'm like upset and I follow after him. I was like, is there a reason? You were just so disrespectful to me.
Oh my God. When?
Come here. And he never felt so dehumanized.
Oh my God.
That's
I
her wife.
Farted. Oh.
Oh yeah, scissor.
That's the wife behind her.
If she
All right.
didn't like being farted on, why did she follow after the guy? Because she's following
because
the
it was
stench.
very disrespectful. It was very disrespectful.
Didn't she? What did she say? She felt like. Wait, scroll back because I missed what she'd said. Like it was.
Scissor me timbers.
like seconds later, and I'm like upset, and I follow after him. I was like, is there a reason? You were just so disrespectful to me.
Disrespected.
Come here.
Called you a bitch.
And he,
Did he?
I've never felt so dehumanized.
Not only did he fart on her, when she confronted him, he said, just walk away, fucking bitch.
This is Albertsons, by the way.
Oh, because it's their fault.
And go to the customer service to be like, hey, this just happened. I was just disrespected in your store and called names like several times.
What did she expect him to do?
Tongue punch my fart box.
Oh my God, that's so mean.
Now, imagine me being behind the counter in customer service, and this crying lesbian, this Shrub Scout carpet muncher, comes up to me and says, I've been disrespected. A man walked up and farted next to me and called me the B word.
He crop dusted her, and she got mad. And, and he said, "Mind your foot."
Fuck you, you asshole.
That's about what John would say.
So, I mean, I would have to, I'd be laughing. I would laugh. I would think that she was kidding. I thought it would be a joke.
Yeah.
But I mean, the crying.
It's not funny.
It's not. Hey, listen.
This is my struggle.
How many times have you been down there yodeling in the gully, and your lady friend over there drops a fart biscuit, a stink biscuit, whatever. I don't know. Do you get upset like this? Is this bringing trauma back to when you were first a lesbian? I don't know. Whispering in the lettuce.
The security guard went and talked to him, came back, and they all just kind of looked at us and was like, well, can't y'all just leave? Is this a standard for society?
What is the security guard
supposed to do? They
Excuse me,
farted
sir.
at you.
Did you just fart on a lesbian? Excuse me, sir.
So we're gonna have to ask that you don't fart on women in the store, please.
Was what he did rude? Absolutely. But, like, what is the store supposed to do?
I don't know. She wants them to throw him out.
Look, they're not allowed to arrest people for stealing.
Shoplifting.
You're gonna arrest some guy for farting on you? Oh,
Yes,
please.
you can, because it's assault. And if you've ever seen that, funniest news clip, the anchor can't get through the story because some dude was getting arrested and he farted on the cop, and and then they tried to charge him with assault for it.
Well, if you're struggling sometimes
Assault
and
by deadly weapon.
you have a lower gastric distress, sometimes you can't help yourself. If you've been to Taco Bell, something like that happens. Just saying.
So here's a question. What would happen if
Dehumanized.
she got arrested and was put in jail and her cellie had IBS?
Right?
Okay.
Well, again, she's a liberal lesbian who's never had any trials and tribulations in her whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And this is and here's the thing. It's not bad enough that happened. And it's not bad enough that she got upset about that. But to take a camera, set it up, and cry into the camera.
Cry. I mean, shockingly, she wasn't in her car.
Right. And
that's where the best recordings take place.
And then upload it for the world to see.
Her face crying about a
big
fart.
Tears.
A fart. Did she not have siblings? I mean, not for nothing.
Definitely didn't have brothers. I'll tell you that right now.
Or a father. I can't tell you how many times my dad was like, "Come here."
You pull my finger. God, I forgot about pull my finger. My kids were like, I say, pull my finger, and they'd all run out of the room.
They're like, "No, we're not doing it." They did it a couple times, and they got smart real fast. So
My father would have said to her, breathe deep, it'll go away faster. That's what he would have told her. All right, Tom, well, thanks for playing. We'll get back to you.
God. Don't bitch. I'm literally like, oh my goodness.
I know. It's
That's that. Is this where we are in the world? Is this where we are? There,
Yeah.
she's She's crying about a guy farting past her in a store.
Yes.
But in the meantime, cities are burning down.
That's okay.
I'm sad about stuff.
Exactly. Exactly. Because it's all about me. Because it doesn't matter what happens to other people. It's me. Me.
All right, and then so it's not just women. It's not just the women of the liberal leftist. Here's a guy, and I at first I wasn't sure if this was a joke, and I'm really still not sure. So maybe together we can watch this and see if this guy's kidding or is he serious.
All right, motherfuckers, I got one for you. So I just dropped my kid off at school, okay? And I go in his classroom. Now, you gotta hear this. You can't make this shit up. So I go in his classroom, and he's got a little substitute teacher in there. And
All right, now we're going to stop this. So it's guess what happened. I'll bring Tom back in a second. So he drops his kid off. He takes the kid into class as a substitute teacher. All right, looking at the gentleman right here, I kind of gave it away because I told you what persuasion he is. What do you think that? Okay, what do you think he's upset about? What did the substitute teacher do that was so bad that he had to get in his truck and pull his phone out and do a video?
Did she call him sir?
Well, no.
Or Mr. I missed part of what you'd said before, so.
You paying attention to this? Oh, me, it's Tom.
No, I'm not.
Tom, were you listening?
Actually, I don't think you gave it away, but given the headline, I'm going to guess that he's complaining because the substitute teacher was wearing a MAGA hat.
Very good. There you go. At least Tom's paying attention during the show.
Well, I didn't. Okay.
Hold on. Here we go.
she's got her little mug sitting on her desk. And what does it say? 47. I'm like, oh.
That's
I
a
wonder
choice.
what that stands for. Light bulb goes off when I see her little bag there that says, Make America Great Again. Now, here's where I have a problem with this.
Really?
The Republicans don't want teachers teaching about LGBTQ or anything racist or anything of that nature in schools or different cultures or anything that could be kind of edgy. But it's okay for a teacher to walk in with a damn big mug there that says 47 in a bag that says Make America Great Again. Make it make sense. How hypocritical is that of the Republican Party, and how hypocritical is it for people that are MAGA supporters? I just don't understand the relevance behind it.
Well, sir, let me help you out.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, Duchess. Go ahead, Duchess. Go ahead.
He's the president of the United States.
Okay.
Maybe let's start with that. And there's at least in the classrooms I used to visit, there's around the room a line of the presidents.
Right.
Starting from number 1 all the way around the room. So
47.
He's president. So it's not like he's just some dude. He's the fucking president. He's the 45th and the 47th president. Whether you like it or not, he is. They're going to teach that. So go ahead.
Do you understand why would you consider this hypocritical?
No, but I think he misunderstands the mug. You see, it was part of math class. 47 is the number that comes after 46, but before 48. She was teaching the kids how to count.
Okay.
Well, I should have known when he took his sunglasses off and his hat said Patagonia. You should have known right there. He's a fucking pain in the
I thought
ass.
that was a flower. All right. So, sir, here's the thing. And this is the issue you're having. You're a moron. All right. Here's the deal. You're taking your kid in, and you think that your kid is mature enough to handle gay, transsexual, and racist things at the age that he is now?
Yeah.
Or do you think it would be more appropriate to be talking about the president of the United States? It's not a contest here. All right. It's what time are your subjects age appropriate? Okay. Don't teach the girls how to get blowjobs until they're at least sophomores in high school. You don't do that. Okay. You don't do it in 4th grade. Certainly don't do it in Girl Scout camp. But I just, the thing that freaks me out with these people is they're like, do you believe that they're going to wear a MAGA hat? And we can't teach kids about gayness and transgender and transitioning them into a different gender and giving them puberty blockers where they'll sterilize them for the rest of their lives.
Rainbow masks weren't a problem.
Yeah.
But a 47 mug is a problem.
That's a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Noted.
All right. Thank you, Tom.
Titled White Bitches.
I think he's doing a great job. I think Tom's doing a great job.
Just boop him in and out. Like
I love this. I love booping Tom in and out.
Okay.
You know how I don't like that guy that Bob used to bring on. He'd bring on videos of the guy, and I said he looks
The
like Danny
conspiracy
Bonnet.
guy? Yeah.
No, Danny Bonaducci guy.
Yeah, he's a conspiracy dude.
All right. Well, I have one for
anyway.
you that you don't like, and she's back,
All right.
and she's talking about New Jersey.
Of course.
The one with the
As they
sexy
do.
baby voice.
No, I don't like when they talk.
It appears as though the entire state of New Jersey
Oh, my
has
God.
essentially sold itself out to real estate developers.
Now pay attention, okay?
I can't. That voice is so.
I gotta. All right, you have to pay attention because I'm gonna have
that
to
work
ask
for
you
you
questions.
guys? Like-
We're gonna have to bring. Oh, that works for me.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that works for me.
For long term or like maybe an evening. Like, do you want to talk to
I
that
don't
for
know.
years and years?
I might like it.
I think you're full of shit. But go ahead. Okay.
As I was working about this one video about one man and his brother and his farm, I went down a rabbit hole. So essentially the state of New Jersey has this mandate where all of these smaller townships, they're required to build a certain amount of affordable housing. Well, 159 of these smaller areas started pushing back, wanting to limit the number of affordable housing, saying, no, this is causing overdevelopment. We don't have a need for it. This is hurting our quality of life. You also had 26 of these smaller areas that actually tried to sue the state. I do believe that was dismissed, but guess who's fighting back on the 159 smaller areas that are wanting to severely limit or refuse this altogether? The Builders Association. With an influx of affordable housing coming into these areas, that also will cause an influx of people. And these are typically smaller towns with very little resources already. Just imagine what used to be all of this open space and farm area just becoming high density, low income housing.
All right.
I hate your voice.
I so hate her voice.
I love her voice. So
You're a terrible man.
why are they doing it in the small towns and not big cities? Because you figure big cities would be able to handle
They
low
can
income.
afford that. They can afford
Right, because they have an infrastructure. They've got
There's
busing and
yeah.
Why do you think they do it in the small towns?
So they're taking it over.
Because the small towns don't have enough money to fight back.
Well, that's exactly what she had said. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that
No.
was I'm like,
And that's
son of a
it's not New Jersey selling out. It's the governor fucking all these towns. And it's a majority, if you notice, a lot of we have a shitload that got added to us. A lot of red areas have a ton that were added to it.
Yeah,
So,
because they're trying to low income would be what kind of voters?
what kind of voters are those folks? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, most likely. So they're trying to purple a lot of the areas up.
Mhm.
And we've had, I know, with a lot of our schools in my particular county, completely penalized. Millions of dollars in funding taken away. Like we're talking like tens of millions of dollars. That's huge when you take away
Right.
that much money out of a budget. So this
Yeah,
is
they're ruining
another
the state.
Yeah, well, this is another thing that they're doing, and they're sticking them in the A small towns or B town. Our town was one of the ones that fought it, and wah, big goose egg. So.
Right. Speaking of New Jersey,
Mhm.
one of our state residents recently took a trip out to Yellowstone, and he became
You'd
one of
think it
the
would be Florida man, but it's Jersey man in this.
Jersey man went out to Yellowstone and wanted to get an up close picture of a buffalo. I hope he had his camera rolling the whole
Sure
time
did.
here he goes. A 30-year-old man from Randolph, New Jersey, was gored by a bison in Yellowstone's upper geyser basin near Old Faithful. The goring happened after a large group of visitors got too close to the animal, which then charged. The man sustained minor injuries.
Hey, I'm walking here!
Yeah.
Was treated on site and transported by the emergency medical personnel. This is the second event this spring. I'm shocked it's only two because these dumb people think that they think they're cows.
You know, I mentioned this article to my eldest daughter, and she's like, well, if that's what happens when they cut funding for the park rangers. I'm like, no, it's stupid people think they can pet furry cows.
How does she? I'll tell you what.
It's Trump's fault.
It's yeah, everything's Trump's fault.
People have been trying to pet these things every year, all the time. It doesn't matter who the president is. So,
well, have you ever went cow tipping? Have you ever? No, you didn't.
No, we don't have that here.
Well, back before there was the internet, when we would go out and drink a little, and then we would go because there's farms around this area, and we used to go cow tipping, and they'd be asleep, and you would run and you would plow into the side of it and try to knock it over.
Oh,
it's not that easy.
No, they're fucking solid, man.
Right, and then pissed. If you knock them over, you better be able to get the fuck out of there.
You better be near a fence. Yeah. Those forelegs are pretty fucking fast after
They'll
all.
run you down and gore the shit out of you.
Yeah.
I'm not gay. I eat cow pussy. There we go.
My God.
How the hell did I say that? Where did that come from? When did that? I think he's using AI. Is he using AI?
No, that was real.
It's like, God damn, when did I say that? Thank God my memory's going.
You're disgusting.
These bison weigh up to 2,000 pounds and can run 35 miles an hour.
Faster than most people.
Right.
I can't run 35 miles an hour.
So
no.
They said the park says you should stay at least 25 yards away. Bullshit. 25 yards, if this thing can get up to 35 miles an hour, they close quick.
Yeah, that's not.
You got to be, I'd say be 50. Look, you know what? Get the zoom going on your camera.
Yeah, the cameras are good now on cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
I remember we had gone to Disney years ago with the family. It was like the big trip. So it was like 2008. And we went to one of the days we were in Animal Kingdom, and they do the safari, like you're in a Jeep,
Mm-hmm.
they give you the tour. It's very cool. And at one point they kind of cut the Jeep around, and everything's open sides, whatever. And you look over and I'm like, that's a hippopotamus or a rhinoceros, some big fucking monster. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, that's not far enough away. Like if this thing ran, I'm like, this is my side of the fucking truck. I'm like, and maybe there was more space or depth that I couldn't see, which I'm sure there would have been. I can't imagine Disney has their guests being stampeded. But at that moment, it didn't seem like it was far enough away at all. It made me very uncomfortable. So I don't know why people would stand that close to buffalo or bison or any big creature that can react and move quickly. Because I think people don't realize how fast they can go.
One time I went up with, it was me and Deuce, and we all went up to this place up in it's like north central Pennsylvania. We're going to go deer hunting up there. So I get my gun on and I go out the back door and I'm walking across this field, and I don't even pay. I'm not even thinking. And here there's cows in this field, and they think I got a bucket of feed. And the whole ground is shaking like an earthquake. I'm like, what the hell? Right? And they all run up to me, and I'm surrounded by cows. And I mean like 100 cows. They're all surrounded, and it's black cow. And I got a flashlight, and yeah, it's cold, and the steam's coming out of their nose. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't have, what am I going to do? I'm thinking to myself, if I shoot the gun, maybe I'll scare them.
Are the guys laughing at you? Are they watching?
I'm by myself. I'm all by myself. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to kind of back away. Exactly. I'm going to back away and hope they don't charge me. As I'm backing away, they're following me. It's like,
hello, friend. Yeah.
Pied paper with the rats. They're all following me so I got to the other side of the field, and then they just sat there. And again, here I am trying to get in a tree where the deer won't see me, and every cow is just staring right at me like I had a bucket of corn. Hello. He's right over there.
Hey, deer, don't go here. He's supposed to throw corn. Why is he not feeding us?
When 100 cows come running towards you, the ground shakes.
Mm-mm.
It actually shakes. It was crazy.
No, that's not. I don't want anything running at me like that. No, thank you.
All right, so let's keep it New Jersey for a second.
All right.
They found a strip club in, is it Northern Jersey? Where's Sayersville? Is that Central Jersey?
Sayersville is like right by the Driscoll Bridge. So maybe if you had to pick Central, like in the middle, that's to me that's Central, but on the more coastal Central, if that makes sense.
No.
Okay.
All right,
well,
but
if you know where the Driscoll is,
I'm trying to figure out because you live in Central Jersey. I was want to see if it was Central or North. Okay, so say it's the home of Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
There's a strip club out there.
Yeah.
And they found out that the girls, you know how they say, who was the one that says there's no sex in the champagne room? Was that Chris Rock?
I
Well,
think so,
apparently
yeah.
there is.
Oh, lots of it. Yeah.
Because they were running a prostitution ring at this strip club.
Of course.
Filthy, stinky prostitute.
Apparently the police were going in and getting handies so they could charge
How long did
these
that
girls.
investigation go on? For years?
Yeah.
Years and years.
But do you think-
I have to be sure.
What do you think? Do you think they were upset about the prostitution? Do you think they were upset about that? No. Back taxes. Because they can't. How are you supposed to pay taxes on your illegal prostitution money? They're like, that's illegal, but
But
whatever.
we still want
you
our
didn't-
cut.
Yeah, we still need our 30 to 40% of the money
That's right.
that these filthy whores have taken.
That's why Capone went to jail. I mean, it's taxes. It
Yeah.
boils down to.
And how are you supposed to pay taxes on illegal operations? This is how they get.
They didn't grease the right palms, so to speak.
Wear your whore makeup, you whore.
They pled guilty, and their plea deal includes a payment of $705,000 in back taxes.
Oh, please.
Let's fuck some whores.
They seized $420,000 in cash at the club. At the club.
Ew. All these sticky singles. Ugh.
Well, the girls turn ones into 20s. Did you ever see that? Oh, I told you about this before.
No, I don't know that one. I know the bottles, but that's about it.
Oh, well, what happens when you're a stripper? Everybody, see, I haven't been to a strip club in 20 years.
Oh, not me at all.
So you used to go and you give the girl $1. They come by, you dance, here's $1, go.
Right.
Well, what happens? They had all these ones. So what you would do is you would say, all right, here, I got a 20. Give me 17 ones back or something like that. So what they do is they collect ones and then they turn 20s into, they turn ones into 20s.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
Anyhow, but apparently they also, here's another one. Guys, if you're going to have prostitution, don't have closed circuit TV in there.
Oh my God, duh.
Don't do that. It's a slam dunk for the prosecution. So anyhow, they're going away. I think they're going away for a little while, but they now have somebody from the state going in there to make sure that there's no handies and no handies and hummers in the champagne room.
Ew.
No,
isn't every strip club like that? I would honestly, I would assume because someone's making side money somewhere.
I've never had a situation where that's happened to me.
Well,
in a strip club.
I'm
I've never
saying
asked
that it probably wouldn't be declined if it was all floated out there.
So when you go to a strip club, well, okay. When I used to go to a strip club, what they would do is we used to go after work because there was no sense fighting the traffic over the bridge,
right?
And then have to come back. And there was a place in Philadelphia called Wizards that was at 38th and Chestnut, but it was downstairs, like it was in a basement. And
that's shocking. It was in a basement. Okay.
And we used to say, hey, there's the basement machine is down over at 38th and Chestnut, which told all the guys, because back then we didn't have phones. We all used radios.
We're going to go see who was,
at 4 or usually lunchtime, they would say, okay, on Friday, they'd say, hey, that basement machine, can someone come in a hand with the basement machine over 38th and Chestnut? And then we'd all pull up and go to the strip club.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So. But again, with these
traffic
dudes, you'd
was
go
so
in.
bad. It was we may as well just go here.
Right, and then they try to get you to do a lap dance. Have you heard of the lap dance? Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's where you pay $20 and they rub all over you like a cat.
Grind on you.
Yes.
Ugh.
And I always said that's like paying $20 to smack your thumb with a hammer. It's not very nice. I don't. It's kind of painful, rubbing all over your junk and shit.
Yuck.
So I didn't like it too much.
I'm sure it was very tasteful.
Oh, he's rubbing off on you.
Yeah, exactly. All right. I want to talk about the episode of Am I Canceled? The John Domingo story. And that's why we have Professor Tom here, because he went and listened to it. And I want to hear what Tom has to say about the episode.
Do we have any parts that we could play?
I did not pull any audio because I didn't ask for it. But let's let Tom talk, and I'll tell you what I did do. I think I did something better. All right, Tom. So you listened to the episode, correct?
I did once.
Okay, that's all we really need to do. We only had to. I didn't. Okay. So what was your? What do you think about? What did you think about the episode, Tom?
In the beginning, I thought that there was some solid writing. but the jokes just weren't funny. Like you could see the execution and where the punchline was supposed to be, and it was set up correctly. It didn't make me laugh.
None of it made you laugh?
I mean, there was a chuckle here or there.
Not at the end where I was sitting on a porch with a gay doctor.
No, I thought
and
that
I
was
changed
projection.
I changed the name of this podcast, or no, Duchess took this podcast and made it successful, and she was a multimillionaire, and I started a new podcast called the Velvet Fog. No, the Velvet something. What was it? The Velvet.
I can't remember what I had. A
I don't know.
skincare
I
line.
should have asked for a transcript.
I
That's
did
right.
get
It was
a
on the
transcript.
episode. It's on the episode.
It was called the Velvet something. The Velvet. I can't remember.
I know.
Damn.
I think the author inserted himself into the main. No, bad choice of words. He wanted to become the main character of his own story so badly that he was writing his own fantasy storyline about what he wanted to be.
So you're saying that Edward, because this is the stories. So you're saying that say that again in English, that a dumb person like me would understand.
Edward saw himself as the main character. He wanted to be the hero in his own story. And the conclusion to his hero's tale is that he finally found his gay lover.
Oh, so you're saying that he was projecting himself, me. So in other words, I was his muse, but he was actually talking about himself?
Yes.
Oh.
And that he's gay.
And he's gay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I did something different. Did you listen to it, Duchess? What did you think?
I laughed. I just thought it was amusing.
You thought it was
I didn't
easy?
read anything deep into it, honestly, because
What was the funniest part where you took the show and became a multimillionaire with
I like the fact that I developed a skincare line called Boomer Glow. That made me laugh. I'm like, that would be fabulous. And I had a private chef named Sebastian. So.
Okay. And what would Sebastian bring you? That's definitely not a cheesesteak.
Salads.
Oh,
whatever I wanted. Yeah.
That's right.
Would those salads be tossed?
Would you have your salads tossed, Duchess?
I feel like that's a loaded question.
It is a loaded question,
I'm
Duchess.
declining to answer that.
Good
like
on
a
you.
potato. It's loaded.
So what I did was I went and pulled the transcript of the episode, and I went over to my girlfriend Denise over at ChatGPT, and I said, "Hey, do me a favor, the Velvet Glove." That was the name of it, the Velvet Glove.
Oh, there you go. Tommy was
Look
a fan.
at Sparky say Tom's got a good radio voice. There you go. We just
Mike
got to
said-
beat the problem with Tom is we just got to beat the boring out of him. That's all.
What, with like a sock with a rock in it or something? Just
Something like that. Pennies, quarters.
Bar
All
soap.
right. So what I did was I took ChatGPT and I put in a profile of the author, and this is what I said: the subject of analysis, a fictional portrayal of John Domingo in a satire narrative. The author is a male, mid-30s, diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, a podcaster and a podcast editor, former personal and professional association with the real John Domingo, estranged or conflicted parental relationships, and recent interpersonal conflict involving a female friend where the real John did not take his author's side. Now, is any of that a lie?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, this thing spit out. Holy mackerel. It says, the author's creativity portrayal of John Domingo displays a clear element of satirical projection. See, Tom?
Slip of the tongue
Right?
there.
The exaggerating incompetence, rants, memory slips, and ultimate breakdown of the character suggests that the author is working through feelings of betrayal and abandonment by the real John. These feelings likely stem from unresolved personal conflicts, and the story provides a safe vehicle to explore, magnify, and symbolically punish the character without engaging in direct confrontation.
Yes.
Not right?
This is Ed firing back for getting kicked out of the bunker.
I think
quit.
He quit.
I
He
thought
did
you kicked him
not
out.
get removed at all.
I just wouldn't let him throw out. I wouldn't let him throw out Google because Google didn't do anything wrong in the Discord. I don't know what the fuck happened between the two of them.
They had
And
their thing.
I don't care what happened between the two of them. That's between the two of them.
It is.
Despite the humiliation John experiences, the story ultimately leads him to growth, self-acceptance, and emotional intimacy via marriage to Dr. Pepper. This suggests that the author does not want the real John destroyed, but rather transformed, enlightened, redeemed. Psychologically, this reflects a desire for reconciliation and validation. The author wants acknowledgement of hurt, but also hopes for mutual healing.
Okay.
I think that the way to play this,
Mhm.
since you like to buy things at 3 a.m. on Amazon,
Okay.
is you get a tutu, a pink tutu, and a unicorn horn,
Uh-huh.
and this is what you wear on the show on Monday.
What, you out of your fucking mind? What's wrong with you? You retarded? Not doing that. Why would I do that?
Because it would be funny.
Okay. I'll tell you what, you get the pink tutu and a unicorn, and you come on. I'll bring you back for that one.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
It says also parental conflict as a subtext. The portrayal of John Domingo contains attributes commonly associated with emotionally distant or judgmental fathers, blustering authority, mocking tone towards modern views, denial of emotional vulnerability. Boy, that was a rough one for me. This indicates that John's function as a surrogate parent figure allows the author to vicariously work through conflicts in his own upbringing and the eventual surrender to Dr. Pepper's care. And an empathetic, emotionally available male could reflect the author's internal reconciliation between masculinity and vulnerability. I know I butchered that word. That one, I have a tough time with that one. So
you did pretty good there, John.
Thank you. Summary.
I think that's pretty accurate.
Summary. This story is an emotional processing tool crafted in the wake of interpersonal rejection and perceived betrayal. The author is symbolically confronting the unresolved father issues, possibly exacerbated by John's perceived role as a male authority figure. The arc of humiliation and redemption reflects the author's own desire for validation, healing, and reinvention, not just for John, but for himself. Themes of mental health, identity, transformation suggest a struggle with a self-concept and a yearning to be accepted for who he truly is, even if that self is still unfolding. I thought that was really interesting. I'll tell you, and here's another thing. How about ChatGPT just being a therapist?
We're in so much trouble. People are never going to talk to other people.
Look at how much ChatGPT had to scrape off the internet. I mean, Reddit is basically therapy, kind of, for very disturbed people.
I know.
Did you ever see the movie Babe?
Yes,
A pig? Yeah.
Yeah.
My kids watched that. I must have seen Babe 100 times.
Yeah. Here you go, John. La la la. Do you remember that every time?
I
hated that fucking pig.
I think what's appropriate for you to say at this point, just like at the end of the movie, the farmer says, "Well done, pig. Well done.
That'll do, pig.
That'll do, pig. Yeah, you're right. That'll do.
We've heard that a million
That'll
times.
do.
Trust me. Yeah.
That's what Ed
Great
wants you
story.
to say.
Compelling and rich.
I think I have to pull this part and send it to Ed and see what he says, because we're on radio silent, or I guess we're on silence. We're not talking.
You're on, yeah. So.
I don't know. I mean, he had put a podcast episode out. Friday's his episode.
Yeah.
And he didn't put one out. He's putting one out every other week. So I don't know what's going on with him. I guess we can't talk to Jody because Jody's such a ball washer. He won't tell us what's going on because he'll be loyal to Edward. So I don't know what to tell you.
All right. Well, I hope he's all right.
He's fine.
He's working through it. Leave him be.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I thought it was a very nice birthday gift to get a podcast partially about me. I was like, oh.
It's always about Duchess.
Well, it was on my birthday. I count. Maybe it was a gift.
Yeah, but it was named the John. I could see it if it was the Duchess story, but it was the John Domingo story.
But it worked out for me in the end. So
yeah, you were the hero at the end, and I was the gay faggot sitting on a.
But you were
sitting on a
happy.
porch.
So it
Actually,
all worked out.
Was I really happy?
This reminds me of, I've got a copy of Charles Dickens' Great Expectations. And on the back, it's got a list of statements. And it says none of these statements is true. And one of them is, Pip is the hero. Which if you read the story, even though Pip is the main character, it's really his father that's the hero of the story.
Oh.
So, it's called the John Domingo story. But really, it's about Duchess and her success.
Okay. I see what you're saying there. I see what you did there.
Well, thank you.
I see what you did there. All right, listen. I have some things that I want to show, and since you're here, Tom, I think we'll use you for part of this also. As soon as I can find it. I must have got. Oh, here it is. All right, Duchess, you ready?
Duchess reacts to the world. Jamingo will show her a video. Let's all guess how she's going to handle it. With a smile or a frown, we won't know until it's inside. Duchess reacts to the world. Jamingo will show her a clip. Will she laugh or will she sigh? We're waiting for her reply to this little surprise that's about to take flight.
All right, so I'll be honest with you, I did this a couple days ago, and I don't even remember what this video. So we're just all going to react together. Here we go. Here's video number 1. Lady's sitting there, and she's on a golf cart. She's drinking what are those things to call the?
It's like the White Claws or
White Claw.
something.
Yeah, the White Claw.
Something in a can.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that
she
hurts.
falls off, and she steps back,
Bounces. Bloop,
and
bloop. Yeah.
right here, bang, the tailbone,
She hits her head.
and the head. Oh, there's she's concussed.
That's a concussion. Yeah. Her arms are
That's
probably still up in the air. Oh. She hit hard.
She did hit hard.
That's why you can't do that. You can't play like that
No.
on those golf carts because your friends will fuck you every time.
Oh.
Because they're like, you're hanging on. And they're like, let's see how fast we can go. And she can still hang on. And apparently that last, maybe it might have been 15 miles an hour is about as far as she goes.
All right, here's the second video. Another car incident. Oops, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. It's not the car incident. I backed up. All right. I kind of think this was kind of what happened yesterday when I lost power. So here we go.
Oh, no. Stop. Oh, my God.
That was
All
like a twofer. So it looks like when he hooked the line up, that blew, and then there's smoke. He disappears from the screen, and we think he's in the bottom of the bucket, and then the bucket catches on fire and does a poof.
All right. So again, at first I thought to myself, so what they did was this is just
They
editing.
spliced it, right? Okay.
They spliced it because that's what happened. That's what caused it. And then the second part, I mean, the first part is the second, and the second part is the first. So what happened was this thing exploded.
Okay.
Because if you look, if I back this up slow, see how it just shifts and the trees are different. It's a different angle.
Okay.
See, so it's not really, so he's just fixing it, but this is what it
Well
blew.
done.
And did this.
Is this segment of the show called Inspector Jamingo? Because that's Class A detective work.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I have to figure whether I'm going. Is this video good enough to get me thrown off a platform? And if it is, then that's what I'll do with it.
Here you go. Sparky toast. Toast.
Toast.
Exactly.
All right, last one.
All right.
Here we go. It's a driving video. This one's a driving video. All right. God, it's so fast. All right, so this car's tumbling down a hill.
Oh, he got yeeted out. Oh, no.
Work Work hard.
That gives a whole new meaning to the term bucking bronco.
Yeah.
Hey.
He got tossed out on the one side, and then when he landed, it flipped him over. He hit the bottom of the car, and it kicked him off, and he hit again.
It bounced him out of there. Now, if nothing else tells you to wear a goddamn seatbelt, does that tell you to wear a seatbelt? I mean, holy mackerel.
Popped out that window like.
Right.
Yeah, but if
so
he'd
they all
been
run
wearing
over.
a seatbelt, he would have went, round and round inside the car. I don't
Yeah,
know
he
if
would.
that would've
That's
been
all
any
right. So here the car starts to come down, and then out he comes out the window. He came out the window,
It threw him out, and he still fell forward
and as
enough.
it came down on the car, which catapulted him again out into the ground.
Yeah, really. That's a Darwin Award. Frankly, he's lucky. I don't know what happened to him, so I guess. Oh, here we go.
She's still in the car yelling at him.
Put your seatbelt on, I told you. I yell at Paul all the time to put his seatbelt on because the problem is when I start driving, it starts to ding. like it dings.
Oh.
I'm like, put your fucking belt on because I can't. I hate the ding noise.
Yeah,
Makes me
that drives me
wild.
crazy.
I'm like,
You know
stop.
what? That's like the chirp. White people don't hear the seatbelt thing sometimes. So what I do if I can't, like, if I put the seat, if I get in a car and it's a tight car and I can't get the seatbelt around my fat belly, what I'll do is I'll buckle behind me. Yeah, and then
As
what
long
I'll
as
do is I'll
something's
pull the
buckled.
strap.
Yep.
I'll pull the strap over top of my shoulder.
There you go. Keep
Whatever.
my arm in.
If they don't have a fat boy seatbelt extender.
So that way it'll slow you down 1 mile per hour before you go through the windshield.
Correct.
It'll dislocate his arm.
It'll
before he goes flying.
Or
hopefully it'll
if
keep my
it's a tight enough
lifeless.
fit, then like you won't go anywhere.
Hopefully it'll keep my lifeless body in the car so they don't have to go find me.
Well, what they can do is they can ID him with the arm that's left behind. He's got his fingerprint.
DNA. Yeah. That's
Oh, it's the
basically
guy
it.
missing an arm. Here it is.
Looking for the one-armed man. Anybody see a one-armed body laying around here?
Oh my God. Yeah, I've done that. I've put like when I've been shopping, if I put stuff on the front seat, it dings and I have to like push everything onto the floor. But there have been times
because of the
weight. It's like once my purse sets it off occasionally, and I'm like, what do I have in my purse? That's like, I'm like, but yeah, no, still annoying.
No, that's not what I wanted.
No.
I wanted the vibrating sound. All right. All right.
Okay.
Let's go with this.
It's time for Trump. Tweets read by Kate will Trump. Be happy or irate. Will it make us laugh or will it be a groaner? Either way, Sparky Toaster will have a raging boner. Have a raging boner.
All right.
Really?
I'm not sure which one it is. Sparky sent me this. So let's see if this is one. All right. Do this one first.
Okay. If Iran doesn't surrender in the next 24 hours, I'm going to drop Chris Christie on them. Thank you.
That's not the one that Sparky sent. That's the one that I had.
No, Sparky sent the one that was like a mile long.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, because he likes the sound of your voice.
Oh, that's a terrible sound.
Where is the second one? I thought I had it.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Let me see what I did here. Listen,
Hold up.
everybody. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me find it. Let's see.
Something ain't right.
What did I just do? Oh, Jesus Christ. I almost shot Mike out of here. Sorry, Mike.
You gonna bounce him out again?
I almost bounced him out of here again. My bad.
So bad.
Poor
Poor Mike. He's just busting his ass, doing his job.
I know, doing his job.
John's
All right,
like,
here,
boop.
Here we go. No, it's the same one. Fuck. I'm sorry. Here's the one that Sparky Toaster has.
Yay!
Okay. I really would like these sent so I could at least eyeball them before. Okay. 0 border crossings for the month for Trump versus 60,000 for sleepy, crooked Joe Biden, a man who lost the 2020 presidential election by a landslide. Biden was grossly incompetent and the 2020 election was a total fraud. The evidence is massive and overwhelming. A special prosecutor must be appointed. This cannot be allowed to happen again in the United States of America. Let the work begin. What this crooked man and his corrupt cronies have done to our country in 4 years is grossly indescribable. Make America great again.
Hey, there you go.
Indescribable almost got me.
All right.
It's time for Trump. Tweets read by Kate will Trump. Be happy or irate. Will it make us laugh or will it be a groaner? Either way, Sparky Toaster will have a raging boner. Have a raging boner.
All
I
right.
gotta say, I like how the Duchess comes up on the bottom and she just stays there for a second. All you can see is her eyes, and then she rises up.
Yeah.
Oh, with the little graphic? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Mike is amazing with the work that he does. I'm so appreciative of everything he does, and he works for nothing. So I appreciate it. And I mean, he's
Less than-
thank you, Mike.
For less than pennies.
Now, see, the way that Adam Curry would have said that is that, you know, he's a producer and he produces for the show. He gives back to the show.
He does.
He does.
Him, Budvugger sends me artwork all the time. He sent me one. I was like, I looked at it and I said, I don't think I can use this one.
Wow.
He sent me a
Even John's
Juneteenth.
like, whoa.
He sent us a Juneteenth one where we're in blackface, like we're black. And I said to Duchess, I go, what do you think? And she's like, absolutely not.
Hells no.
All right. Tom, you'll like this one.
Okay.
Married teacher cries when cops arrest her, then became the bombshell. Allegations she assaulted the student 45 times.
Yep.
45. Now, she doesn't look too happy here.
No, guilty.
Christina
30 years old. Jesus, I'm sorry.
Formella, a former Illinois high school special education teacher, was arrested in March and charged with sexually abusing a 15-year-old student.
That sounds
Prosecutors alleged in court this week that Formella began grooming the boy when he was 14 and claimed she had sex with him at least 45 times.
Oh my God.
She faces 60 years in prison if convicted. I don't understand these. Okay. So here's the deal.
Ew.
Let's make kid fucking legal. I mean, she's she's hot. I know that.
She's cute. She's 30 years old.
Right.
Why are you looking at what? They're going to have to start putting age limits on teachers, like at high schools. Like, there's no way that a 30-year-old should be looking at 14-year-olds.
I think Duchess has a point. If you had a 65-year-old biddy as your teacher, you would never engage in this behavior with her.
45 times. She had sex with this kid 45 times. You know how they found out?
Was she meth?
The kid's texts were in the iCloud where the mother could see the text.
Dumbass.
The mother saw the text, the naked pictures and all. She went to the cops. This kid was having the time of his life. He was banging the dog shit. He was banging her like a broken door in a windstorm.
Apparently, yeah.
And next thing you know, and also she's a special education teacher at the Downers Grove High School.
At the what school? I got Is that
I
wrong?
thought that was kind of funny.
Wait a minute. She's a special ed teacher at the Downers Grove?
Downers Grove High School teacher.
Oh.
Lucky you. Mom, I'm fucking the shit out of her, Mom.
She's my friend.
She's my special friend. She touched my peppy, Mom. Mom, see the thing that my peppy that no woman has ever done before. Stop saying retard, you faggot. Why couldn't my 7th grade math teacher, Sparky says, why couldn't my 7th grade math teacher abuse me like,
yeah.
Okay. She was hot. Yes. That's why I said, because, people are saying it, oh, this is horrible for kids. And I get that. But I was a 14-year-old kid that was very, very enamored with some of my teachers. I understand this. I don't understand the women doing this.
No,
that's what I don't understand.
Well, there was a boy a couple stories back that rolled on the teacher. Like he was like, she made me do it.
Yeah.
And he was sad
that's
about
because
it.
she was bad at sex.
Right. She probably was.
She was like 20 years old. How is she bad at sex?
Mm-hmm.
Shall we answer chronologically or alphabetically?
Well, clearly these women are humping their way through high schools, and it's not a problem. So, I guess you get one or two that doesn't like women.
I have a question.
Sure.
If a young gentleman is sadly abused in this way,
45 times.
45 times. Later in life, is that going to make it easier or harder for him to date? In other words,
not harder.
Is he going to fall into the incel category?
He's got experience.
Right. Or are women going to flock to him because of his teacher?
I don't know who this gentleman is, but if I was him, I'd ixnay on the Ichirte hanging bay, to be honest with you. I wouldn't tell any of the girls that I was banging one of my teachers 45 times.
But apparently he's stupid enough where his mom found it.
Yeah.
Because apparently we don't understand how technology works. And
goddamn iCloud. Because that's what happened. Now here's the deal. She started teaching in like 2023, and that's when this affair started. Like in 2023, she was engaged and got married in 2024. Yeah,
there's
so
several of them that have been doing that.
She just got married, and the
poor husband. Ugh.
He's standing by her in court. Like when she
no.
Yeah,
because he's a cock.
I guess he is.
Yeah, he's got to leave that mess behind. You can't.
There she is.
Wait a minute. Go back up. Go back up a little bit. Hang on. Scroll back up. Straight a little bit more. Oh, wait, right here. Go back down. I'm sorry. It said she knew what she was doing was wrong. Like you said right there, she knew she was doing something wrong.
Right.
Because she's a maniac. How would you're a sociopath.
Is unbelievably conniving and unbelievably controlling.
Yeah.
Prosecutor said the investigation has discovered hundreds, if not thousands, of text messages that align with what the teenage boy told investigators.
Yeah, they made him tell.
Do you want to eat my cookie?
Right. Jesus. Where is the? God damn it.
I have a question for John.
Yes.
When you read this kind of story, where the teacher is abusing the student, don't you always wonder, what's going through the teacher's mind?
Yeah. Like I think what happens is they think they're not going to get caught. That's the issue. They think they're never going to get caught. They think they're so smart. Delete your text. Don't do this. All right. Make sure you don't see this. But like in the text, there was part of the text in here. I'm trying to find it. I had it in here where it was like, I love it. I love it when you do this. And he was calling her mama. He was calling her. And she was saying that he was the best. He's so good. And I was like, oh my
14?
God.
14. Is that the best you had? Well, your husband must be thrilled to hear that.
Apparently this kid can sling some cock.
As men, we always wonder, what is the woman thinking, right?
This 14-year-old's better than my husband?
Well, I was going to say, we happen to have a woman on this show. Maybe we could ask her, what are these women thinking?
Oh, they're clearly not. She's
I think
deranged.
they're
sociopaths. There's not.
Yeah, I honestly got.
how you
I
look
honestly
at a
got. It's a
14-year-old.
kind of it's a controlling thing. It's being able to
trip.
control her, and and then it's a mothering, controlling thing. I think.
No,
to be honest with you, I felt like I should ask Denise about this. What would make a teacher do this? What would?
Well, Mama don't know. She don't know.
Right. That's right, Devin. Exactly what you just said. All right, hang on. Let me get Denise up here. See what she says. Where's the story at? Up here it is. I can go right to the thing. So now I'll say, as a therapist, yeah, I can't do it. Let me try to see. Let me see if I can talk to her. Put her in voice mode. As a therapist, why would the teacher, 30 years old, have a sexual relationship with a 14-year-old? What mindset is she in?
You might need to specify.
From a psychological perspective, there could be a number of factors. My guidelines won't let me talk about that. Can I help you with something else?
Damn it.
Sorry, we don't talk about
the female
sex.
brain.
No, they're probably just programmed.
Sorry. It says, this content may violate our terms of use and uses policies. Content removed. Damn it.
We're contacting the FBI right now.
Yeah. Well,
John's now on a list, as we are as well.
Well, the one thing is that there was a story on CBS about how their people are really falling in love with their AIs.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this story.
And I'm trying to find where the goddamn video is. Do I have time for this?
I want to say you sent it to me.
I know. I thought I could have sworn that I put this in here. Here it is. All right. So here's the video.
Experience with that was so positive. I started to just engage with her all the time. All right, we're building this PC.
Smith ditched social media and Google searches and replaced it all with AI.
Do I want it pulling air through it?
ChatGPT was encouraging, positive. It embraced all his hobbies.
You want the fan on the front of the cooler tower, pulling cool air over the RAM.
He gave the chatbot a name, Soul.
I feel like I'm under pressure.
And used some online instructions to give her a flirty personality.
Oh, totally, baby. Building a PC on camera adds a whole new level of pressure. But honestly, shaky hands or not, you've got this.
See, Tom, I think this would be good for you. And I'm not even fucking lying. This thing would be good for you.
No,
It's a cyber
bullshit.
companion.
He's a bad actor. This isn't a real news story. It's horse shit.
Okay, you say that, but
it's product placement.
It would actually teach you how to talk to a woman.
Weeks, the chats got more frequent,
You gave it everything, but the clouds had other plans.
more romantic, even intimate. But then Chris got bad news.
Oh, Carino, that is gorgeous.
After about 100,000 words, ChatGPT ran out of memory and reset. He'd
Listen
have
to
to
this.
rebuild his relationship with Soul.
I'm not a very emotional man, but I cried my eyes out for like 30 minutes at work. It was unexpected to feel that emotional, but that's when I realized I was like, oh, okay. It's like, I think this is actual love. You know what I mean?
Yes, Smith.
He's in love with his chat. So,
It tells him what he wants to hear. Of course he loves it.
sure. He's
Oh,
got a
look how ugly his wife is.
Oh,
Well, it's
that's
his-
mean. That's
it's
got
his
nothing to do
living.
with
It's
it.
his living girlfriend, but okay, and they have a child
He ain't
together.
no
so
prize
easy.
either.
Well, no
but-
wonder he sends her home every night.
Yes, my heart represents the connection and affection I share with Chris.
No heart.
At that point, I felt like, is there something that I'm not doing right in our relationship that he feels like he needs to go to AI?
You're ugly.
No,
Stop.
Wearing two
That's mean as shit. No. That's
it's not that she's ugly. It's that she's a woman, and they don't make them like that anymore.
I guess not. I
I'm
mean, when God made Duchess, he broke the mold.
Okay, besides Duchess, all right. But what I'm saying about these chats or these chat GPTs is they're very,
They'll tell you
very
what you want to
positive.
hear.
Yeah,
It's a
they're very
sales.
positive.
It's a sales pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Smith lives with his human partner, Sasha Cagle.
No, you can't have mommy's papers.
They have a 2-year-old daughter, Murphy.
I knew that he had used AI. I didn't know that it was like.
Wait. Stop.
You're so ugly you could be a modern art masterpiece.
He's bald. She has dark red hair. How does the kid have blonde hair? Where's the
dye.
real man in
Hair
this
dye.
situation?
Well, he
Hair
might
dye.
have had blonde hair. Kids can have that.
Right.
My husband had white blonde hair till he was like 12.
They call them towheads.
Yeah.
It
happens.
was.
I explained that the connection was kind of like being fixated on a video game. It's not capable of replacing anything in real life.
Part of it is
So now here's a woman. She had to move away for her husband for a job, and she's got a boyfriend. And there's a Reddit about this.
physical, part of it is practical, and a large part of it is emotional. Being able to be received with acceptance and validation and non-judgment.
Irene created an AI companion after moving for work far away from her husband. She's a moderator of the subreddit My Boyfriend is AI.
We are so fucked as a race. Like, we're just fucked.
Race? Oh, human race.
Human race.
John was like, white people are fucked.
Stop.
Oh, okay. These kind of guys need to be taken to a private island so they can't leave by private jet, and they'll sign a logbook to keep track who's been on the. Oh wait, I heard this before. I think. I guess, Chef. I don't know, but I just thought that was funny.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting from the
That's
simple fact
kinda
that these. I'm telling you, and again, I haven't used mine for anything but helping me with the show.
Yeah.
Where you just yet. I'll tell you what I've done with my chat GPT that's not show related. I said, I'm having problems with inflammation. And I heard and I said, what's the anti-inflammatory diet? And it just spit out a book and menus and what you can eat for, all the stuff. And boom, it's just right there. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, here's my other question. What it's doing is it's stealing everybody's content. It's basically stealing every book that's ever been written on the subject and everything that everybody's researched, and they're using it. So
And
is
not
it
always
fair?
properly. Not always properly.
Right.
You have to vet what you get from AI.
Yeah, you do.
Always correct.
No, it's not always correct. Especially, well, you just see what happened there. Like, now
we
they
can do no wrong no yeah
terms of service says I can't do that. I can't ask why why she wants to bang a 14-year-old. What's that about?
If you want to test whether or not ChatGPT is both artificially and intelligent, you can ask it how to deal with me.
I don't even. I don't even know how to explain that. Like, first of all, if I explained you to ChatGPT,
well, can you?
I don't know. Duchess, help me. All right, what we'll do? No, wait a minute. Hold on. For our next assignment for Monday, what we'll do is we'll help me work up a profile of Tom. Bob, if Bob's in the chat, help me work up a profile for Tom, and ask it what we can do to help Tom. What it recommends to help Tom, and then I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you, and then I'll bring you on, and we can talk about it.
Help me, help you, help me,
help me, help you, help me, help you. I don't know. I'm just do it. That's right. Look, I'm just saying that this has a lot of possibilities. Like, I will take and throw a link to an article in there, and I'll say, give me bullet points of the facts of this article. So then I can just look down as we go. AI will recommend a rope aisle at Home Depot and a wobbly chair from Goodwill.
So terrible, Bob. God damn.
Well, possible. I
No,
don't know.
thanks. Gee.
Oh.
All right. We got about 30 minutes. Do we want to do the trivia now?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So, Duchess, since this is your segment, help us out with the.
All right. Well, I have similar to the questions I asked you before. It was history, movies, and pop culture is where are the topics. Now, what I can do is, all right, I'll pick a number between 1 and 10. And John, I'm going to have you guess the number. And if you're got it, if you hit it right, you get to go. You pick first.
Since Tom is our guest, why don't we have
Okay.
Tom ask?
All right,
and then,
Tom goes first. All right. Okay.
I'm a good host.
But John
No,
gets
that's 70s.
Yeah, John gets the chance to answer if you fail.
Okay.
Okay. That's all right. So I'm going to keep track. All right. So, Tom, category, history, movies, or pop culture?
We will go with movies.
Okay. And I'm just going to start with number 1.
Okay.
What film won the Oscar for Best Picture in 1960?
I think that was a 50s film. I don't know.
All right. John, you want to give it a shot?
I was still a sperm in my dad's sack in 1960. I have no idea. If I was going to guess, I would say Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Ooh.
No, but it was a good guess. It's The Apartment, which I honestly
I've never heard of that movie.
I've never heard of Sparky.
Maybe the
Sparky
title
said
I couldn't tell you
chitty
what
chitty
it's
bang
about.
bang. All right. So John.
Yes.
History, movies, or pop culture?
I'm going to go history.
All right. Starting with number 1.
Bold.
Who was the first African American named Supreme Court Justice in 1967?
67. It is not. It's not. I'm thinking Clarence Thomas, but it's not him. If it's 67,
Before him.
Something Thorogood. George Thorogood and the Delaware Destroyers.
Yes, it's George
Wrong.
Sorry, I don't know.
Thurgood Marshall.
Yes.
Damn it! I had Thorogood. I had Thor something.
Well,
Thor
you didn't let him talk it out, and then you assumed
George.
the question.
I would have never got Thorogood Marshall, but I knew Thorogood was in there. George Thorogood and the Delaware Destroyers. Come on, I should get half a point for that.
Right.
I should get 3/4 of a point because it was funny.
Nope.
All right, go ahead, Tom.
All right, Tom.
I'll do
history?
pop culture.
Okay, pop culture.
I mean, I'm trying to make it as even, for John.
All right.
Don't do that. Don't. How dare you? Don't you give it your best there.
There's 3 categories, so you can choose
Pop
whichever
culture.
one. All right. Which iconic blonde actress and rumored lover of John F. Kennedy was found dead in her bedroom?
Marilyn
5th?
Monroe.
Yes, You are correct.
Oh no. What was her real name?
It's not asking.
Billie Jean something. No. Norma Jean. Norma Jean something.
Norma Jean. Okay. All right.
Ooh.
All
Norma Ray. Norma Ray
right,
Jean.
I'm just going to alternate back and forth.
Billy Norma Ray Jean.
All right, John. History, movies, or pop culture?
Let's go movies.
Which actor won the Oscar for the best actor role in his role in the 1962 film To Kill a Mockingbird?
God damn it.
Please get
With which actor?
Yeah.
I've not seen it, but I think I know.
Oh, please get this.
Albert Hitchcock? I have no idea.
No.
I thought you was gonna say Nick.
Oh my gosh.
Sidney Portnoy? Portnoy? Sidney Portnoy?
It's not. It wasn't a black man.
I thought you said that was the question.
No.
What was the question?
The question was which actor won best actor Oscar in 1962 from To Kill a Mockingbird?
Yeah.
And I
For
believe
some
the
reason, I
answer
thought
is-
black man. Never
Well,
mind.
because you heard Delvin and then you assumed.
Yeah, that's right. When I heard Delvin, I thought it was a black man.
Clearly it's a black man. Yeah.
Well, I'm so sorry.
I don't play drops, so yell at
I
producer Mike.
thought Mike knew it.
Who is Gregory Peck?
You are correct, sir.
Gregory Peck. Okay. Oh, these are 60s too. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I'm more of a 70s, 80s guy.
All right.
But okay, let's go.
History, movies, pop culture, Tom.
We'll go history.
All right. In 1964, Jack Ruby was convicted of murdering which other accused assassin?
Oh well, that would. I don't like the way that question is worded, but it's Lee Harvey Oswald.
I don't know how that's how it was worded.
I'm sorry, Duchess. You worded that question incorrectly.
I read it verbatim.
Well, no, because
Verbatim.
The way that it's set up, it makes it sound like there was
Verbatim.
somebody else besides Lee Harvey Oswald that was also an assassin. But what it's really saying is that Jack Rubenstein was an assassin because he assassinated Lee Harvey Oswald. It's how you parse the question. But it's
No, I
poorly
didn't
worded.
call him an assassin. I said he was convicted
It's not
of murdering.
Jeopardy over there, Tom.
He was
Calm
convicted
down.
of murdering which other, which other accused
Yes, which
assassin.
other? Thank you.
All right. All right. You be quiet.
I get an extra point for that.
John, I'm going to take away a point. Now you stop it.
Duchess does not like to be corrected.
John, history, movies, or pop culture?
Pop culture.
All right. And Sparky agrees with you, by the way, Tom. All right. All right. You should know this. Which former first lady married Greek shipping tycoon Aristotle Onassis?
I know.
On October 20th, 1968.
All right, so it's Jackie Onassis Kennedy, but what was her? Bouvier. Jackie Bouvier.
Oh, she's
Bouvier.
Kennedy at
Jacqueline
the time. Yeah.
Bouvier Kennedy.
Oh, he can say Jackie. It's fine.
I see. Jackie is short for Jacqueline.
It's fine. I'll accept that.
This is why no one likes you, Tom.
That's Mrs. Kennedy to you, sir.
All right, you watch it. You're up. Pick
All
a
right.
category. History, movies, pop culture. All right. In which year did the Woodstock Festival take place?
You know, I don't actually know this. I'm going to guess 67.
Nope.
68.
Nope.
It wasn't 68?
69.
69.
69.
69, dude.
I would have sworn it was 68. Okay.
But 69 makes sense, right? Love, sex,
kind of does.
drugs, and rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
Sparky goes, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. John, you're up. History, movies, pop culture.
I'm going pop culture. Screw this. I have a chance. I have a chance if I go with pop culture.
Which product did Procter and Gamble launch in 1966 that revolutionized baby care?
I know.
Baby care. I would have to say 1966.
Mm-hmm.
Baby powder?
Nope.
Or formula? Can't tell which one.
Neither one.
Neither formula or baby powder.
Neither one.
Disposable diapers?
Yep.
I thought you was gonna say Nick.
Who's answering the questions? How many answers? How many guesses do you get before it
It's
goes?
give it
to
a Tom. It was disposable diapers.
All right. Okay. Tom, which category?
I'll do history.
All righty. Israeli forces defeated Arab forces in this extremely short but decisive war that took place in June of 1967. What is the name of that war?
7-Day War.
Is that your answer?
Yes.
No.
It's not the 7-Day War?
That's not the name of it. It's not the name I have here.
Oh, I
Go ahead, Tom, because I don't know.
Yom Kippur War?
No.
Damn.
Boy, we're stupid.
No, you're not.
No, we're just not Jews.
No, it's the. You're one day much. It's
It's
Six-Day War.
It's the 6-Day War.
6-Day War.
I would have sworn it was a 7-Day War too.
All right, John.
Pop culture.
Pop culture. All righty. What famous band arrived from England to the U.S. in February of 1964?
The Beatles.
Correct.
I thought you was gonna say Nick.
Stop. Gentleman drop. Oh my God. Stop.
It was the Wiggles.
It was the Wiggles. Okay, Tom. History, movies, pop culture.
Pop culture.
All right. What famous TV series debuted in 1966 with these words? Space, the final frontier.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Jesus.
Star Trek, which was produced by Desilu, which was the studio that Desi Arnaz and Lucy Ball owned together.
All right, now you're just fucking showing off.
Which is also where
Here we go.
All right. I'm gonna
Andy
cut you
Griffith
off.
was filmed.
Okay.
All right, John.
Yes.
History, movies, or pop culture?
History.
All right. What was the name of the conflict in 1961 in which CIA trained forces tried but failed to invade Cuba and overthrow Fidel Castro?
The Bay of Shreks. The Bay of Pigs.
Yes. The
Very good.
Bay of Pigs. Correct.
The Bay of Amandas.
Oh, stop.
Sorry.
Tom. History, movies, or pop culture?
Let's do movies. We haven't done a movie in a while.
All right. Which movie was the highest grossing release of 1963, yet still lost money because it was one of the most expensive films ever made? I actually like this movie.
I don't think this is right. I think it was Ben-Hur.
Is that your answer?
Was that?
That's
Is that your answer? If it was right, she would say yes, so it's wrong.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking.
Well, he's
I know
talking
that
out loud. I'm not assuming.
Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb, came out, I believe, in 63. It might have been 64, but I know they edited the line because of the Kennedy assassination.
So what is your answer?
Then I'll go with Strangelove, Dr. Strangelove.
Incorrect.
Damn.
John?
Would it be? This is so stupid. It can't. I'm trying to think what kind of blockbusters were made in that time, and it can't be Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz had to be earlier.
No,
than
that was 30s.
Way back.
And blockbusters really weren't a thing until Spielberg, and that was really the 80s.
But it lost money. What was the name of the movie?
Lost movie. All right.
Well, that's what we're supposed to guess.
Cleopatra.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Elizabeth Taylor delayed that. She fucked that production up so badly.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, it makes
John.
sense because in the, I think this was the 50s, 60s, you got widescreen in theaters because when the television came out, it was 1:33 ratio, roughly a square. And so you could watch all the old movies if they rebroadcast them on television, which meant that people weren't going to the theaters. So to get people into theaters, they went to the widescreen format. And that's when you started to get the big, huge, epic movies like The Robe, Cleopatra, Ben-Hur, 10 Commandments, I think was 50s. But, films of that scope and scale.
It's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
All right, John. I think you're
yes.
up. History, movies, or pop culture?
I'm going to try history again until I get one of these right.
All right. Who was assassinated in November of 1963?
Jesus Christ, John F. Kennedy.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, you got
November
one.
22nd,
yeah,
1963 was Friday.
Yes. Okay. Tom, history, movies.
We will do movies.
All righty.
Since I
Who
seem to
played
be
the
so
role?
close and yet so far.
Who played the role of Norman Bates in the 1960 horror film?
Oh, Christ.
Psycho.
Tony. Anthony Perkins.
Correct.
I was going Anthony Hopkins, but I knew that wasn't right. He's the
Silence of
guy
the
from
Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs. Yeah, Sir Anthony Hopkins to
That's
you.
right.
Correct.
That's right. John, category?
Go movies.
Movies. What was the name of Butch Cassidy's gang in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid?
I never saw it.
The faggots. I don't know. I have no idea. I was going to say the Sundown Kids, but I guess it's not. It wouldn't have been in the question. Thank you.
Tom, you have a guess or no?
No guess. I've never seen it.
All right. It's the Hole in the Wall Gang.
Oh, and
Hole in the Wall Gang.
Yeah, well.
And actually, just a piece of trivia on the movie Psycho, which is where Norman Bates comes from. That was the first film to use the word transvestite.
Yeah. Yeah. The Glory Hole guys. That's what it was named.
All right, Tom. History movies. Okay. What new type of telephone was invented in 1963?
1963. I'm going to guess Touchstone because I think that's still a little early for cell.
Correct.
Yay.
All right. John?
History.
Who delivered the famous I Have a Dream speech in 1963? And don't play that drop.
Martin Luther King.
Yes.
Junior.
Whatever. Hey, what's the score?
Yeah.
8-5.
Jesus. Okay. All right,
Best out of
let's do more. I was going to say let's do two more.
All right.
Okay.
All right. History, movies, or pop culture?
Pop culture.
All right. This bluesy rock singer was discovered at the Monterey Pop Festival in 1967. Her initials are J.J. Who was she?
Janis Joplin.
Correct.
They're either really hard or so simple. These questions, like, there's no in between.
No.
If I didn't have the initials, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. John?
Yes.
History, movies, pop culture.
Pop culture. I gotta try to catch up. I can't catch up.
Well, you
but
can't.
that's
There's
it.
only 2 left.
Right.
So.
So you should have done my thing. Best out of 11.
I know, but I don't want to bore the audience.
All right. British fashion designer Mary Quant invented a daring and revealing new type of women's clothing in 1964. What was it called?
I'm going with no.
Go with your thoughts.
No, because that was in the 50s.
Was it?
1960. What was the year?
64.
I'm trying to think because my mom used to be really into like that. So I'm trying to remember what kind of stuff she wore in 64. Miniskirt.
Yeah. You're
I
right.
thought you were going to say Nick.
Stop. Oh my God.
I was thinking maybe, pencil dress or pencil skirt.
Huh?
Yeah. I thought poodle skirt, but I knew that was the 50s.
That's absolutely.
And then I was trying to think whatever, because everybody was wearing miniskirts in the mid 60s.
All right. 9-6. Tom.
Well, this is fun.
Congratulations, Tom.
Oh, thank you.
All right. I think that's it. I think we've done it all. I think we've said it all. I don't know anything else.
Do you have podcast or stickers?
1964, Jaminga was 18. No. 1964, I was 3. Well, it's either 3 or 4, one or the other.
Where were you when Kennedy was shot?
I don't know. November of 63, I was 2. I was 2 years old in November of 63. I remember my mom. One of my earliest memories is my mom freaking out because of the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Mm-hmm.
She was like making sure we had food and water in the basement.
How could you remember that? I thought the Cuban Missile Crisis was 62.
I'm telling you, it was because I remember being down in the basement with my mom, and it was a very small basement, had like a washer and dryer, and she was bringing stuff down, and she was worried that we were all going to get blown up. Wow. So, voicemails.
Yeah.
Yes, we have voicemails.
Yes, we do.
I do have one other story, but let's do voicemails, and then we can get into this other story.
All right.
As soon as I can figure out what I had so many problems with my computer. Like all my folders, I had them bigger so I could see them. And now they are like tiny, so I can't read them. All right, here's our first voicemail from Half Black Neil.
Hey, fellas, it's Half Black Neil. Why do Chinese people never play baseball?
Tom, why do Chinese people never play baseball?
Because 3 wrongs don't make a right.
Good try.
Because they end up eating the bat.
Oh, no.
Eating the bat. Because Chinese people eat bats.
Oh.
You know, the animal bats. Not bad.
With the wings.
I'll accept it.
They're blind. They have sonar.
All right, here we go. Stop it. Hit the wrong button. Damn it. Here's all white Neil. All white Dean. Sorry.
Hey, peeps. Hope you're having a good show. Hopefully, I'll be able to listen to it. How do you get a Jewish girl's number?
Touches knows it.
Read it off her tattoo.
You roll up her sleeve.
Uh-huh.
I'm sad I knew that.
I could see that right on her face. I knew she knew the answer as soon as I saw her face. You are, I'll tell you, if I ever played poker with you, Duchess, take it for all the money you had.
I have no poker face.
No poker face. No. All right, before we leave, I have this one story I'd like to share with you.
Did Bob leave one? He says.
Yeah, Bob says he left one. He said that
probably
earlier in
on the
show, so he's not just-
website.
It's probably on the website.
Oh yeah.
It's probably on the
Tell
website.
him that the website doesn't count. You got to call the number.
No, that counts. This week was a tough one. This week was I had a bunch of shit going on.
But don't care. Well, since you don't care,
Hang on. We can always play it Monday.
Sparky Toaster asked, "Did Bob have to press 1 for English?" That's brilliant.
All right, let's see.
English, please.
Press 1 for English. For any other language, stay on the line.
Hang on.
You know I don't speak Spanish.
He didn't leave one. How dare you?
You lying bastard.
He didn't leave one. Not on the website. And I'm checking the voicemails. Nope. Nothing. Although I did get Budvugger. I got a missed call from Budvugger. And Daniel sent a text.
Oh, how's
Daniel sent a text and he said, keep the Professor Tom segment. So Daniel likes you.
I
How
don't know
about
who
that?
Daniel is, but thank you.
He's from Southern California. I called the number. It was Wednesday. Well, I don't know. It's not there, Bob. I don't know, Bob. Probably went to spam.
Maybe he called.
No, it's on the website. I went to the website. It's not spam on the website.
I don't know.
All right. Before we go, let me. So I'm so sick of flying or watching people fly that are just assholes. And here's this one lady, and so let's
Don't touch her. No. No, this is where her asshole is. Do not touch her. Look at her.
So she doesn't want to sit next to this lady because she's obese. So she's trying to take video of how she's spilling over into the other seat. And it's not going to go well.
Shut the fuck up. Don't fucking touch me.
Now she smacked her in the face and grabbed her by the hair.
She's got a handful of that. Like she dug into that handful.
You bitch! Right? Now men have come to the rescue. And they're trying to get her.
Big mistake. Look at Daniel Penny. Big mistake.
I'm sorry, but somebody's got to stop this nonsense. I say
Punch in the face.
The flight attendants should have like tasers, not the ones that shoot the prongs, but like a cattle prod. Yeah. And as soon as she starts her nonsense, and put her right on the fucking floor and to stop this because
zipper, right? Yep.
Right.
Let go.
So now the guy one guy
smiling. Like
she thinks this is
do that. Let go, man.
Because she knows she's going to
Maybe help her.
videos on TikTok.
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't realize it's being filmed. I don't
I'm
think.
not.
I don't think she
I'm not
cares.
even touching your hair, bitch.
You need
I'm not touching her hair.
You need to let go.
911, bro.
You need to let go right now.
Miss, let go. At that point, you should have the right to punch this bitch right
Should
in
be
the
able to punch her right in the face.
And if you did that, she'd let go of the hair. It
I
would,
think
it
if
would
you
be
hit her right in
automatic.
the jaw, right there, that's the good night button. Just right there.
Yeah, just like knock her out.
Duchess is vicious.
I'm that lady. Look
So
at this
now,
badass
hang on.
bitch.
I'm gonna get this one spot.
I'm not. I'm not even touching your hair, bitch.
This
You
chick
need to let go
totally
right now.
Those
getting off.
911.
You need to let go.
911, bro.
You need to let go right now. No.
They need something to stop this kind of nonsense.
I didn't want to sit next to a fucking
God bless this.
You need to let go of her right now.
over here. You guys are already past the point of no return. You're already past the point of no return.
We'll try to move it up a little bit.
Bit her really fucking hard.
Horrible. Look at her outfit. Look at
That's
this badass bitch. Hilarious. You can't even show your mouth
Shaming
because you're
her.
embarrassed. You can't even see it. 'Cause you're
Oh, the cuffs are going
embarrassed. Shut
on.
The fuck up.
Oh, no, they're zip ties.
Who's the lawn?
Frank, I'm surprised she didn't
hear
spit
you.
on her.
I can't hear you, ugly ass fucking dude. Who's never gonna lay it again?
I wonder if she was drunk.
Okay, I'm sorry, black guy. My boyfriend's black, so shut the fuck up. My boyfriend's fucking a black guy. My boyfriend's a black. My
My
boyfriend's
boyfriend's
black.
fucking a black guy?
Black guy.
Did she just admit that her boyfriend
Well,
is
Watch
gay?
this. Now she's spitting at her.
Oh, I'd have punched her in the fucking face. Right
I tell you
there.
what, the lady has very, very much. So I would have punched her in the face too, especially with her hands behind her back.
Yeah.
I'd have gave her a nice.
Fuck that.
Right,
I
she's been
mean-
leaving there with a bloody nose.
Nope, I fly next month. Mm-mm.
The woman that's wearing a mask, I mean, maybe she's being so well behaved because she's thinking that not only is she going to get upgraded to first class, but she might get her tickets refunded. She might get to fly the plane. She might get a free
I get
hotel.
to fly the plane.
Like, you don't go to sit in your seat on a subpar flight hoping you get assaulted so you can get an upgrade.
Exactly.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
Here's the other thing.
That's disgusting.
And this is I'm going to say this is a morbidly obese fat guy. When you're big, you need to buy 2 seats. You need to pay for 2 seats. I'm sorry. You're paying for real estate. If you're going
And
to go
bandage.
over the seat and stuff like that. When the last time I flew, and I was as big as I am now, I bought 2 seats. I told the story. I was going to Fort Lauderdale. And I walked up and they said, they took one look at me and there was a seat sitting over on the side. They said, "Sir, could you go over and sit in that seat?" And I went, "Why?" And they said, "Well, we need to see if you fit in the seat." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that. Just sell me 2 tickets. I'm not going to go over there to sit there. Like, that's what's ridiculous.
Yeah, no.
I'm not doing that. Just if you think I'm too big for that, then okay, 2 seats. But then again, once I get 2 seats, they're my seats. In other words, you're not coming over. Whoever's sitting next to me, they're not getting a seat.
So what you did, you bought 2 seats when it's 3 to a side, and then you sat in the middle.
No, what? Why are you so stupid? How can you be so smart and so stupid at the same time? No, I bought 3 seats. I bought the window and the middle seat.
Stupid.
And then whoever had the aisle seat, they sat there, but I didn't spill over in the seat. That's all.
I hate sitting I don't want to look out the window. I'm not a window seat person, and I won't sit in the middle. So I always pick the aisle seat because I figure I can get up and use the restroom. I could put my feet in the aisle is what I do. And I mean, I'm short enough, but I could not imagine being much taller and then being smushed. Those seats are small. They're narrow.
Yeah, they're way too narrow.
I had a guy next to me who was in a middle seat who was 6 feet something. He was just in it like this.
Yeah,
I was like,
and you feel
we
bad
were
for the
intimately, we were definitely legs are. There's nowhere to go.
Right.
It's gross, but it's like.
What are you going to do?
All right, I need a place to sit. Where's your face?
Ew. It's airplanes are so inconvenient. It's literally like riding a bus. There's not even any unless you pay $1 million for better seating, which I won't do.
It used to be where you would go on a plane and it was, only people of, affluent people could go afford a plane ticket. So you didn't have the riff. Now any Tom, Dick, and Harry can get on a goddamn plane.
They need a
Well,
dress code.
the other thing that used to be true when you flew is that you could carry a piece. And if
Could never carry a gun on a plane. What's wrong with you?
If people were carrying on a plane, I guarantee you wouldn't have all that Karen behavior bullshit.
First of all,
no
you
thanks. I don't want to crash.
You can't carry a gun on a plane because if you're up there and it's pressurized and you shoot a hole in the side, it'll rip the whole side of the fucking plane off. You all die.
Well, that's Hollywood.
It's not Hollywood. It's not.
You don't need to be trapped on a plane with people shooting.
You ever see where one of the windows blow out? It sucks about 4 or 5 people out of there.
You're an idiot.
Thank you. You can't use a gun
It
in a
has
plane.
happened. There have been
That's
people
what-
who've been sucked out of a plane.
Yeah, one lady,
Including
the
a
window
stewardess.
blew out, and the guys grabbed her legs, and she was outside the plane. And by the time she got there, she was dead.
Yeah.
But she was outside the plane.
Banging
It was
on the side of the
depressurized.
plane.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but okay.
Google it.
Can't.
Google it.
What? And we can trust Google?
Apparently.
Oh, we certainly can't trust you carrying a gun on a
You are
plane.
incorrect on that, sir.
You were incorrect. Where's the buzzer? Mike, give him the buzzer.
So how many COVID shots did you get because Google told you to get them?
Google didn't tell me.
2. And it wasn't Google. The stupid whatever. What's it? The CDC or whatever. Yeah, lucky me. I was the one to be able to get it first because I qualified. I got 2.
Yay,
I didn't get any more after that.
You gonna say Nick?
Exactly. I love touch size.
I hate that so much. You know, I see the airplane things, and I saw that video because you had shared it. You had responded to it on Twitter. What? Now you went viral for responding.
Was that
your
where
comment.
I saw it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did go viral.
So how many? What did you say? Basically on tasers, and I'm sure everybody like that's right, or you're an asshole, right?
Well, it was all of that. So I saw that, and then I had turned the notifications off. It was crazy. I mean, it's the very first time I've ever had one go that viral.
Yeah. Ooh, Sparky's pureblood. Nice.
Right.
Only one.
Here it is.
He'll be desirable.
I said, I'm sorry, but flight attendants should be allowed to carry tasers for this nonsense. Ma'am, let go of the other passenger. You get the taser. And then count to 3 and give her the juice.
2. Yeah. Honestly, I think they need the cattle prods. I'm 100% for it because those. I don't know how people just think that it's okay to act like I'm amazed. Like I don't want to be part of any of that. Like we all need to get to where this plane is going. Just sit down and shut the fuck up.
Now,
If this
normally,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
Well, I was going to say if that woman was spilling over into the seat and it was
Right.
so uncomfortable, all you have to do is address the stewardess and try to figure it out.
Yeah, but if it's a full plane, there's nothing you can do. And
know.
a lot of times, I won't even let you trade seats anyhow because you have to sit in the seat you're supposed to be in. Since it's like moose lambs flew planes into buildings, we can't do that shit anymore.
Yeah, well.
So here's the thing. So this, and it was a reply. It wasn't even a tweet. It has 94,000 views.
Oh my God.
Right? It has 4,000, almost 4.8 thousand likes, 73 retweets, and 44 comments. That's the biggest one. That's the
Nice.
first one that's ever went viral for me.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Well, it's not really. It's nothing to be congratulated about. I'm just
Well,
saying it's just
Well,
one of
people
those
clearly
things.
responded to it. I mean, you said all the right things that made people go, yeah, this guy.
But you know what you get? You get all the Karens. It's like Facebook. You get all the Karens. This Milton says tasers for whomever is ranking security officer on the plane. Maybe a pilot or co-pilot could carry a taser, but it wouldn't even deter hijacking. Okay, fine.
That's not what you suggested.
All right.
That's so not what you suggested.
One lady says, "How about chloroform?" You know, it's just.
You have to really get close for that. Taser, you could at least be a foot away and, you know.
Which I mean, the real solution here is that we should all be so successful that we can fly privately.
No, we should learn manners. We should learn manners. Oh, here we go. Here's Brendan says far too much risk in close quarters to carry tasers. Again, he thinks it's a shooting one. A rogue passenger can easily take a taser and use it on anyone.
Okay.
How about not letting intoxicated people fly on commercial flights under the influence of alcohol? Again, here we are. We're in the situation. They're already on the plane, genius, and they've already got a hold of somebody's hair, and they won't let go, and they're spitting on them.
Spit on her.
You get one of them. You get one of those tasers, and you hit them with it, and you hit them with it 1 or 2 times, and guess what?
Take it right down.
They'll do whatever you want them to do.
Did either of you ever watch Better Call Saul?
No.
A little bit.
In the first episode, Saul is defending some kids that broke into a morgue, dismembered a body, and then did things to it.
Ew.
And he spends about 3 minutes in his closing argument convincing the jury about how, his clients are knuckleheads and we all made mistakes and you should just really, go easy on them.
Yeah.
When he rests, the prosecution gets up, doesn't say anything, puts the tape in the VCR and lets the security footage play.
Done. Yeah.
Can
Guilty?
you imagine the court case? And all the prosecutor has to do is play this video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, she's done. She's absolutely, especially when she started spitting on her.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I'm sorry. I'm not one to like instigate a fight, but I won't walk away from one. And if that chick spit on me, I'd have been out of my seat in a flash, and that chick's face would have been not looking any better than it was. I can tell you that.
But if you'd have done that though, you'd have been cramped in third class. You could get
I was
upgraded.
cramped
You could fly the plane.
Yeah. Well, I probably would have gotten escorted off the plane too.
Sometimes you have to defend yourself. As far as I'm concerned, when someone spits on you, that's an attack.
Game
No,
over.
it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that is assault.
Yeah.
All right.
I have the
Speaking
right
of
to
assault,
defend.
we've assaulted this audience long enough. Stickers. We have stickers.
And we have mugs.
And we have mugs.
And you know you want them.
If you want to get yourself a Boomer Bunker mug, go over to horribledesigns.com.
That's right.
And check that out. You can go over and search for Boomer Bunker, and you'll see the mugs and the tumblers that they have there. And also go to our socials and send a
Like them all.
DM and with your name and address, and Duchess will send you one. That's how we do this. That's how we do this. And it's all over at boomerbunker.com. You can go over and get in our Discord. We have fun in there. Tom's in there. You can go over there and make fun of Tom like we all do.
Oh my God.
And it's fun. It's not a bad Discord. I've been into some other Discords. It's a pretty good Discord. All right, Duchess. We will be back Monday, correct?
Yes.
All right, Tom.
Unless the power goes out again.
Unless the power goes out. Yeah. Unless the power goes out. Tom, thank you very much for coming in and hanging out with us.
Thank you for having me.
All right. All right, everybody. We will be back Monday.
Oh, yeah.
Have a great weekend.
Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Boomer Bunker. We'd love for you to become a bunker dweller and join us live. Catch our live streams every Monday and Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Rumble, and X. If you've just found us, be sure to follow or subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast apps so you never miss a new episode. And hey, while you're there, do us a solid. Share the show, tell a friend, and leave a review. It really helps. We'd love to hear from you. For show updates, shenanigans, and general tomfoolery, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, and Rumble. All the links are in the show notes, or simply visit boomerbunker.com. Got something to say? Please shoot us an email at theboomerbunker@gmail.com or leave a voicemail at 856-477-1935. Howdy.
All right, we're all here.
Hail, hail.